Hi everyone, I am Dr. Álvaro Cunha, and today we are going to explore the fascinating world of grammar, looking at how it really works across different languages. I am going to walk you through an outline of the major grammatical structures that recur across human languages. To keep things clear and within a manageable scope, I will not be covering some of the rarer structural types. These are best thought of as highly specialized variations on the basic template I will be focusing on here. Keep in mind that no two languages are ever exactly the same. Even if we use the same label to describe features across different languages, that label will play a slightly different role in each one. There is always a shared core of meaning and function. That's what justifies using the same label in the first place. But the ways in which that core is extended are unique to each language. Not every language makes use of every kind of construction. For instance, many languages have what is called a complement clause construction, where a clause fills an argument slot in another clause, like he heard that Joe had died. He is an argument, heard is the predicate, and that Joe had died is the object. But some languages do not have this kind of construction at all. So what do these languages do instead? In those cases, languages typically turn to a range of alternative strategies, different construction types that take on a secondary role, standing in for the function that a complement clause would serve in other languages. So let's start though. Basic units, word and clause. At the foundation of any grammatical description, there are two units we simply cannot do without: the word and the clause. Word is the central unit, the intersection of syntax and morphology. What counts as a word is not the same in every language at all. The criteria can shift quite a bit from one system to another. Still, there are some common patterns. One of the most frequent is based on sound, giving us what linguists call a phonological word. A. Placement of stress. B. Syllable structure. And C. Domain of application of phonological rules. Other ways of deciding what counts as a word come from grammar itself. These criteria highlight how words behave in relation to other elements of the sentence, and they give us what linguists call a grammatical word. A. The parts always occur together. B. In a fixed order. And C. Have a conventionalized coherence and meaning. In some languages, the phonological word and the grammatical word always line up perfectly. In others, they usually do, so it still makes sense to use the single label word, but not in every case. Sometimes you will find a single grammatical word spread across two or more phonological words, and the reverse can also happen. One phonological word can contain more than one grammatical word. Clause is the description of some activity, state, or property. Before we move on, it is worth remembering that the grammar of a language is usually thought of as having two main components: syntax and morphology. Some linguists also treat phonology as a third component. Now, when a feature shows up in a morphological paradigm and also marks a syntactic function, we call it morphosyntax. Classic example would be a system of case affixes where the same forms are part of the word's morphology morphology, but also signal how that word functions in the sentence. It is important to know, though, that the term morphosyntax is not just another way of saying grammar. It doesn't mean syntax plus morphology as a whole. It specifically refers to those areas where the two overlap. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.